What's going on, YouTube? You are now officially watching the first episode of my YouTube channel. I go by the name of Auto Picasso. Welcome aboard. I got many more videos to come. Just feel free to like and subscribe. Let's get it. So now I'm about to apply my first coat of base coat, and I will be applying the first coat to my spray out card. And just for future references, however many coats that you apply to the car, however many coats and control coats that you apply to the car, you always want to make sure that you apply that same thing to the spray out card. It saves you a lot of time if you ever have to spray that particular variant in the future. Just pull this card or however many cards that you have that you sprayed, go out there to the car, and it just saves you a lot of time without having to, do the color readings and all of that stuff like that. So I just found that it's a very useful tool. I found that a lot of people have gotten away from it, but I'll continue to add to my collection for that particular reason. It just saves a lot of time and helps you do your job more efficiently. Times when I'm spraying bumpers, I like to split it up in half, or I like to split it up in like 3 sections. And what that does is just ensures that I get, good coverage. And that's something that I found that really helps when it comes to coverage, because you're focusing literally on certain areas at a time. Hard to reach areas, never be afraid to angle your gun however you need to, because you can't always spray everything or every single part the same way. Some parts are a little hard to get inside of the groove, stuff like that. You might have to go behind the bumper. You might have to angle your gun to the side. You know what I mean? You gotta just do whatever you gotta do to achieve that coverage. And you always want to make sure that everything is covered. As you've seen with this bumper, I split it up into 3, and however you feel like you have to do it. But with this one, I chose to do it in 3 sections. That way, I can achieve the coverage that I need to on this color. The first coat, I usually spray kind of heavy. The second coat, I spray a little lighter. But I found that with certain colors, like when I spray heavy on the first coat, not too heavy, but a little heavy, I usually get really good coverage on the first coat. Sometimes, like with a silver, I might spray a little lighter because it kind of helps with the blotchiness if you spray like the first coat light, and then you just kind of bridge all the metallics together like that, and then you do a control coat on silvers. But that'll be for future videos when I spray silvers. So basically what I'm about to apply is called a wet bed, and basically that's T490 mixed with 492 and 494. And basically what I'm going to do is take my regular base coat and blend into the 490. Let's go. Basically, I'm gonna do the same thing that I did the first time. Go over all my edges, make sure I'm covered. Apply another coat to the actual front side of the bumper. what some call a drop coat or a control coat. And basically what a control coat does is it evens the metallics and it gets rid of blotchiness. Sometimes when you like painting a silver, when you're fighting, the blotchiness, you might want to add 1 or 2 more control coats, and it basically makes everything look uniform, makes all the metallics just fall in the right place and make everything just basically look uniform. Things that I think that every painter should do right before applying a control coat is laying down a wet bed right before, and what that helps alleviate is seeding. And although that seeding can be buffed, every painter's goal should be to get the cleanest possible paint job while achieving the factory look, if not better. What seeding is when you're trying to either apply the base coat or the control coat in the area that you blend it into. And if there's nothing to blend into, like the 490, then those metallics and everything just sit on top of that panel. So then when you go to clear it, it looks like uniform trash in that same area. And that can also cause sand powdering as well. There are ways to alleviate that from happening. However, with spraying waterborne paint, I found that applying 490 right before eliminates that from happening. I know with solvent paints, a lot of times I know a lot of people that could get away with using a tack rag and just tacking that area off. But with waterborne paint, sometimes when you try to tack waterborne paint, it could potentially leave streaks in your paint, and that can show up in your refinish, and you don't want that to happen at all. So I rarely ever use a tack rag after I've already applied base coat to my panels, and that's the main reason why I don't want to have any streaks in the paint. I don't want to cause any imperfections or anything to move on me or anything like that. So I pretty much just stick to the 490. It works 99% of the time. Feel free to overlook me almost tripping right there. Yeah, nobody saw that. It's all good. It's all good. Anyways, right now I'm about to apply my first coat of candy clear on this particular color PRV. I doubled up my candy, so let's say if it calls for 4 parts of the candy to put in the clear, I put 8. Just an example. I'm pretty sure this calls for 4 parts. Just an example. So basically, when you spraying candy-colored cars, such as this PRV color, or Ford has one called RR, you spray it exactly the same as you would spray any other car, however many coats and however many control coats that it causes you to apply to achieve that factory look. You go ahead and do that, and then after you apply 2 coats of the candy clear and let those flash both times, and then after that you apply 1 coat of regular clear, and then you're finished. Anytime that you are applying clear coat, you always want to keep in mind that this is the official refinish, so you want it to look as good as possible. So that means you got to be careful on your edges. You don't want anything that, you don't want no runs, you don't want no drips anywhere that's hard to sand that could potentially burn in trying to sand out. So you just want to always make sure you keep in mind that just continue to spray everything uniform and be careful in areas that could potentially run in. where my blend is on the fender. Spraying my base coat, I hit my edges first. But when applying the clear coat to save material, I can come in and hit it the second time. And it's still going to have 2 coats of clear on it because I came in the second time and applying the candy coat, and then I'm going to come in one more time and apply the regular clear. So it has 2 coats on it. Instead of putting 3 coats, I save material, a little material, by just putting 1 coat of the candy clear and 1 coat of regular clear. mentioned that between each coat of clear was 8 to 10 minutes. I usually do 8 minutes, and then I set a timer for 8 minutes, and then I go back in and apply another coat. Settle. Whenever you see something, a dry spot that you couldn't get to on the other side, do what you gotta do to get it done. shout out to everybody that watched the full video. If you skimmed through it, if you sent it to a friend, if you learned something, please like and subscribe. Please even feel free to comment. But I got more videos to come soon. I'm officially locked in, so stay tuned. Auto Picasso. Have a blessed one.